Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are working on the Pro chassis. We actually have to pull some parts off of it to get our car, the purple Z we got, back in operations. We've had some issues with throttle body and all that, so I'm gonna see if the throttle pedal on this car is the same, which I actually don't think it is. I think it might be an aftermarket throttle body, but we have to go ahead see what's going on in there. Looks like I actually found out that the Pro car, it came with a fully set up brake system, so it's already got the pedal in the front going to the front two brakes, and then the two in the rear ran by the inline hydro. So our brake system's already complete, which I did not realize. I just think I'm probably needing brake pads and rotors, but so that system's already done. But what we're going to get into today is we're going to pull off the rear sway bar and the front sway bar, and I'm going to get those swapped onto our purple car and get that car more competitive for the rest of the season, because I got two. I'm hoping to do 3 events the rest of the year. Might be next weekend, might not be. Don't know, I haven't really prepped the car yet. I took it out and tested a little bit on the street and did some runs up and down the highway trying to see if I can get the throttle body issue to come back, and it's been fine so far. So I don't really know if that was just a one-off issue that happened on track and it shut down, almost caused an accident, so I didn't want to do it again. I had footage of all that, but in the process of clearing off an SD card, I managed to delete all of it, and it kind of sucked because I thought I'd transferred onto a hard drive, but it didn't work. So that's my bad there. Newbie YouTuber things. So we're gonna continue to work on this car. I'll set you guys up on a tripod, see if you guys can watch me struggle to fit underneath this car. And it is raining, so it's gonna start leaking through the roof because it is very rotten up there, if you guys can see right there. But little update, I don't know if you guys can see up there, we got the long block pulled apart, heads pulled off of that 6.0 LQ4 we have. I think you guys have already seen that in the shorts we've been posting every day. This will probably come out, hoping to have a video out this weekend for you guys just on updates, what we got going. Trailer's a mess, truck's a mess, gotta clean everything, and it's starting to rain, so I really need to tarp this trailer because it leaks badly. But yeah, I also found out that they have, Radium actually sells a intake fuel surge tank, so I might try to source a stock fuel tank, put that back in here because I can get one of those probably for a couple $100, or even just buy another shell for $800 that has one in it, and pull that one out, put it in there, put a Radium surge tank in there. And the drop-in hats for that, because those are good to like 1,000 horsepower on LS. And I don't really see the point in having all this weight back here when I can put it back in the factory location, and it's lower to the ground, more center of gravity, not behind the rear axles, less pendulum weight. Might be a good solution, but I don't want to cut this out yet until I know for sure, because I mean, it is a pretty solid welded bracket, but it does look kind of heavy. So might be a good idea, might not be. But yeah, with that said, I think we're going to jump out of the car and start pulling apart the sway bar. Get that off the car, see if we can put that on my other car, add some extra grip, get some more chassis grip out of the car because I'm running the stock sway bar still on that car. So if I could stiffen up the front sway bar and get the front sway bar to its stiffest setting, it should add rear grip on that car and make that car faster in drift. Because I already run a really grippy front tire. I'm running, well, it's not really grippy, it's higherly gripped than most front tires. I'm running the 651 Sports on there, and I run the 351 Grassroots drift tires in the rear, and then whatever else I can find. But yeah, hope you guys stay tuned. I will hop underneath the car and get started on working on this. Hopefully we can get this out before it starts leaking in here, which I think it already is. Yeah, it's definitely already leaking. Awesome. But yeah, guys, I will let you guys know whenever we are back. Alrighty, so we got that sway bar removed, and we've been working on tearing out this because I think the last time did a full video on the channel, we still had pretty much, I don't even know if we've gotten this motor yet. We've had a lot of stuff going on, but we gutted this whole wall out. There was a bedroom, so like where the front of the car was the old bedroom. Don't know where we were at in the trailer video. I accidentally deleted all the footage, so that's where we're at with that. But this is our, well, it's a short block now, 6.0 LQ4, which I actually need a tarp. Also need a tarp Pro Car because it is raining outside. Make sure that roof doesn't leak on it. Already said that, but whatever. But I found out this is a 1999 LQ4. So the crank is actually longer on the 1991 or 1990 and 1999 and 2000 models. The LQ4's, the crank was almost like a 1/2 inch longer, which is kind of a problem. But they make a spacer kit, but I don't want to really run all the spacer stuff. So I'm going to be taking this thing to the machine shop next week, and we're going to see if this block's any good at all. If it is good, then we might actually buy the adapter plate to put it on to a CD09 trans. But yeah, if it's not good, then we'll just trash it or sell it on Marketplace or something. But yeah, this is the update on that. Pro Car's in the trailer. I don't know if it was in here last video. I don't think it was. Actually, yeah, it was. I made a video bringing it in, and I made a video tearing this part. So yeah, you guys have seen this. But for everybody that's new here, because we have, I think, 20 new subscribers at the time that this video is going up, if not more. Pro Car's in the trailer. This is in there. This trailer is my workspace. It's not ideal, but it's what I got. So we're in the living quarters right now. That's now turned into the garage because it's a 48-foot trailer, and I made it much shorter or much longer or much gutted. That's the right word. But yeah, still messed with this, clean all this up. I need to get all this engine parts in a box. The tote. Get this engine wrapped up. It needs to be at least trash bagged for the night because it's going to rain. Hopefully not, but it's not looking too promising outside. Yeah, I made an absolute mess out here because we have a bunch of tires, which I found out are extremely expensive to get rid of in California. All of the 17-inch tires are, I think, $8 a tire. And then all of the 18-inch tires are like $16 a tire to get rid of them. So I might be hauling them back to the track in Oregon because there's a guy there that takes them for $6 a tire. So I may just throw in like 6 every trip I go up there and just go pay him to get rid of them because it's not cost effective for me to do here. But we already pulled 1,000 pounds of weight out of the trailer. Anybody that's following around along on how much this thing weighs. Pulled 1,000 pounds out plus all of this crap. So, and I've taken like 5 dump trailer bags already, or bleh, trash bags. But yeah, I think that's the update. We got the shelf and all out of the back here. This is going to get cleaned up. It's all just in for storage out of the weather because that's a whole nother mess back there. In the front by the engine, we're going to set up a table to do over the top of that water here and that flooring. That's not ideal because it's all squishy. So we're going to put a table over the top of that. So that way we can use that as a workbench area. I might just build one because I have scrap plywood and wood, and it's cheaper than spending $100 at Walmart. So I'm going to build a workbench for there. Get this car. I got to pull the bash bars off. I want to pull the front subframe, the rear subframe out because those are both those subframes are actually going under the Purple Z as soon as this season's over. So that I can get the rack relocated to solve my rack issue in my car because my rack is about to blow up if it doesn't blow up the next event. And then the rear subframe on my car is the one that's bent, which is also part of the reason why we're doing the Cobb sway bar, is because the rear subframe on my car is bent at the moment. So whenever I don't have as much camber out of the car, which actually made me lose a lot more grip than I expected. So we went back to the same toe settings, but I have like 1/2 degree less camber, like positive camber in the rear of the car. So instead of plus or 0.05, it's 0.03 over, which is a very small amount, but it makes quite a bit of difference, like actually driving the car as far as grip goes. So the car is way slower than it was earlier in the year before the crash. So we're gonna throw the Cobb on there, the sway bar. I've been told that it will improve like just forward grip in general. And then if I can get end link for the front sway bar, we'll put that one on there as well. And the tighter the front is, the more grip you're supposed to have in the rear, is my understanding of it. But I also might be an idiot. So we'll see. But yeah, we're gonna put that on the front. That's kind of the off-season plans. I also need a new clutch Hopefully I don't need a new motor by the end of the season, but I've also got low compression on that from the last video. We got like 130 compression, which is not ideal. So we need clutch. We're gonna do subframe swaps this fall, or this winter, I guess. And then the rear subframe, we're gonna get replaced just to fix that problem. This is a subframe that's good. No big crashes that I know of, so should be fine. If not, I have another subframe outside because the Pro car came with a bunch of parts, which I really need to get organized because back in the backyard has not been organized at all. But we got fenders, new rear subframe, another door, all the trash from all the rest of the projects that we've been working on, because it also came with a welded diff, which is kind of cool, I guess. But I need to get my chainsaw out of the rain. All bad. But yeah, we are slowly but surely getting things cleaned up. That might be the rest of this video, is me just cleaning up the cluster of a mess that we've made over the past month of busyness. But we got the car in here before it rained, so that's what counts, because I wanted this car out of the rain because I want to build this car this winter. We're gonna try to get the motor fully put together, actually probably really fast, because I have another truck with a 4.8 and the heads that I'm going to use off that truck. I'm probably going to pull that whole truck intake because the motor's really clean. It's only like 130,000 miles. But it's super like well taken care of motor. I know the owners, like everything's been good in that motor. This motor, the lower end, very dirty, very gunky, as you guys saw in the shorts. But I think that putting those 862 heads on there, eventually I'd like to get like a low profile intake, LS1, LS2, LS3, and then the ISR long tubes for the swap kit to make it to a CDO9 will put us right around that 360 to 400 wheel horsepower number is kind of the goal. I mean, I'd like to be more than that, but for the amount of budget that I'm trying to throw at this thing to get it running, I'd like to be less than that. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then that'll get the motor package dialed in. Super simple, super cheap. Hopefully everything goes well. If it doesn't, then I'll buy an LS3 and call it good. But yeah, we've got a lot of work to do this winter, so I'm gonna get to cleaning, because talking and not cleaning is not very productive. But yeah, probably give you guys a nice little montage at the end of me cleaning this whole place up, because it is an absolute disaster. But other than that, I will let you guys go. I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully next week, because I'm trying to do a big video every week. And then we're doing our daily posts as well. So I will see you guys next week. Thank you.